What's up guys, Icebreaker here. Season 19 Wreck with a Mech is only hours away. I've got some big news regarding a new star system. I'm going to show you the tech tree, the deck layouts, the chest rewards, everything you need to know to start Season 19 with a bang. So stay tuned because we're going to jump into it right now. Okay then guys, before we go any further, just in case you're wondering, the reason why this account is a level 80 and it's got 1,000,000 diamonds and all that kind of good stuff, it's because it's a developer account given to me by Supercell so that I can record early access sneak peeks just like this video so that everybody knows what's coming up in Boom Beach. It's not hacked, it's not modded, it's none of that nonsense. The only way you can get your hands on this is by working with or for Supercell. End of story. So with that out of the way, let's jump into Warships. Right guys, Season 19 Wreck with Mech will begin on February 1st, running through until the 21st of February, so it's a 20-day season. I know timer at the top there says 25, but we can ignore that. First starting out, we're going to be getting 30 keys and 520,000 tokens. So if this is your first season, that's what you're going to get. Normally you get to open your ranked chests as well, keeping 40% of your stars from last season, but we've got news on that front. There's going to be some changes with Season 19 on that carrying over of stars. Normally you would get to keep 40%, but for Season 19 at the moment it's only going to be 10%. So that big advantage of carrying those bulk of stars over is not going to be a thing this season. At the moment we're told it's only Season 19 that this is going to happen to, but obviously that could change, so kind of have to watch this space on that one. The reasons for this, we're being told, is to keep things competitive, to keep things fair or fairer, without having to go right back to square one and reset everybody back to rank 1 every season, which would be a drag, wouldn't it? So yeah, it is what it is. It's a soft reset of sorts. So let us know in the comments what you think of that. Interesting to know what your view on that is, whether you think it's a good idea or not. Moving on, Wreck with Mech, we know is the name of the season, so that's pretty obvious. We're going to have the Mech in the tech tree. But let's have a look and see what else we've got available to us in Season 19. Right then guys, this is what 2ER first looks like. Starting with, like I said, cannons and snipers for the defences you start out with. We're also getting the shock bomb and Zookas as our first troop. Now interestingly, you can see there is the flare here up in the top right corner, but you only get 30 unlock tokens, unlock keys when you first start out. So if this is your first season, then I've got a little bit of bad news for you. Above the Zookas we've got the mortar, which incidentally says 0 keys to unlock. It's obviously not correct info, so it is going to have some keys, probably sort of 15 or 16 keys to unlock it, so bear that in mind. And to the right of the mortar, on the way to the flare, we've got mines at 18 keys, and then the flare is 16 keys and we've only got 12 left over. So to start off the season, if this is your very first season, you're going to have to play a few battles without a flare to get those keys you need to get that flare unlocked straight away. So keep that in mind if this is your first season, that you're going to need to do that, and the sooner you can get to the flares, the much better off you'll be generally throughout the season. But 2ER is going to be difficult without that flare, so you're going to need to pick that up as soon as possible. Okay, then to the right of the Zookas we've got our first multi-node, and this is for mortars, cannons or snipers. And then underneath the Zookas along the bottom path we've got troop health, heavies and the machine gun. Obviously the flare, like I said, is on the top path after the mines, and then after that we've got Sergeant Brick, which is available at 2ER. So there is a hero available at 2ER, which is really good. You can probably already tell what the meta is going to be. I don't even need to say it, you can see it. Heavy Rush and Heavy Zooka are going to dominate 2ER without a doubt, especially with Brick. It's going to be all Heavy Rush. Okay, moving on into 3ER. As soon as you open up the engine room itself, the very next node is the mechs at 32 keys, which is quite heavy, I think, for mechs. So we'll open those, and below the mechs we've got the boom mine. Next row over, along the bottom we have medics, and in the middle we have boom cannons, and above the boom cannon we have our first building damage node. Next nodes over are along the top path are medkits. The middle path is another multi-node for a boom cannon, 2 cannons or 2 mortars. And the bottom path there has bullet. So we've got a couple of the best heroes for warships in the first very early days of the season. So hero choice is going to be key. You need to keep that in mind. Moving on then, after medkits we have riflemen. And after the multi-node we have troop damage. And below troop damage we have the smoke bomb. And to the right of the smoke bomb we have barrage. So we have barrage at 3ER with no building health nodes. So you know what that means. Okay, then unlocking the ER, let's move on to 4ER. The very first node after the engine room itself is shock mines. Below the shock mines we've got the rocket chopper. To the left of the rocket chopper on a dead end node we've got our first multi-node of protos. You can have a grappler, a boom surprise or a shock blaster. Below the rocket chopper is the rocket launchers. The next nodes over from the shock mines, is the flamethrower. Below the flamethrower is GBE. And to the right of the rocket launchers are grenadiers. To the right of the flamethrower we've got shock launchers. Below those we have tanks, and to the right of the Grens we have another proto multi-node. This time it's for a laser, a boom surprise or a sky shield. And to the right of the shock launcher we have artillery, and that completes out 4ER. Moving into 5ER then, straight after the engine room itself we have another multi-node. This one's for mines, sniper towers or boom cannons. And below the multi-node we have troop health. And then to the left of that on a dead end node is the heavy chopper. Above the multi-node we have Sparky. And then to the right of the multi-node we have building damage. Above the building damage we have warriors. And below the building damage we have Gramps, the bombardier. Interestingly though, this season we've got the heavy chopper, Sparky, warriors, troop health and bombardiers all on little dead end nodes to slow you down. So you need to make your mind up before you get here which path you're going to take, if you're going to be pushing straight on to the next ER for the better tech, or are you going to play the long game and play it smart. You know, decisions you need to think of. Moving on then from the building damage, we've got the Seekers. Above the Seekers we have the Cryoneers, and then below Seekers we have 6ER. Okay, so straight after the 6ER we have our one and only building health node, and above that we have a proto multi-choice. We can have a Simo, a Doom Cannon or a Flotty, and above that is the Scorcher. Moving over next to the building health we have critters, and above the critters is Kavan on a dead end node. To the right of the Scorcher we have more troop damage, and to the right of that we have another multi-node for more protos. This time it's a Doom Cannon, a Flotsam or a Hot Pot. And to the right of critters down below is more GBE. That means that Cavern, critters and that GBE node are off the path. You can't go from GBE to DER, so you've got to go up and round. So if you're going to go for Cavan, critters and that GB node, that's going to slow you down compared to everybody else. Straight after the ER itself, we have another multi-node with more protos. This time we've got a microwaver, a damage amp, or a hot pot. And then to the right of that we have another GBE. And then above the GBE to the top path we have another multi-node with more protos. Again, Sky Shield, micro, or a damage amp. And to the left of that we have more building damage. Dropping down to the bottom path after the gunboat energy is a mines multi-node. And then to the left of that one we have our last node, which is troop health. So that's the tech tree, guys. Like I said, there's lots of little bits that sort of spur off the main path that will slow you down overall, but it will give you a tech advantage there and then. But I think when you look at the long game, I think Seekers are going to be the go-to choice for a lot of people. So yeah, plan wisely, guys, because this is going to be one of them seasons where it could go horribly wrong. So take your time. The chest rewards this season are as follows. For the wooden tier, you're going to be getting 15 keys and 260,000 tokens. In stone, you'll be getting 16 keys and 290,000 tokens. In iron, it's 18 keys and 325,000. In gold is 20 keys and 360,000. In iron is 25 keys, 450,000 tokens. And if you manage to hit legendary, you'll be getting 30 keys and 560,000 upgrade tokens. So the crates are pretty good. That's because it's a shorter season, only 20 days. The total boost and perks, troop perks, building perks, all those types of things, is troop damage has a maximum of 100%, troop health is maximum of 150, building health only has the one node, so that's only 50%, building damage is 150%, and GBE is also 150%. So the artillery and the barrage are definitely going to play a role, with there only being one building health node, so keep that in mind. These are the deck layouts then. This is the 2ER one, as we've already seen. This one is the 3ER one. You get a new ramp and a little bit added to the deck at the back. 4ER again has the two ramps and a little bit more added to the back and a bit more added to the side. 4ER, this one is one of the layouts that you're going to have to watch out for that targeting issue where the troops run past defences because they've targeted something else. So because these got those big gaps in the layouts, you can lay your defences out in such a way that you'll pull the troops through your defences to certain buildings and stuff. So watch out for that one. 5ER, you won't have that issue because there's a nice big open playing field. And 6ER again is very similar, not too many problems there. And 7ER is nice and big and open with just a couple of holes at the back and the front. So yeah guys, that's season 19 Wreck with the Mech sneak peeks. Interested to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the layouts, what you think of the troops, the tech tree and stuff. Also really keen to know what you guys think of the new star thing, where we're only carrying over 10% rather than the usual 40%, so the starting positions are going to be lower than what they were normally. Really interested to see if you think that's a good idea or a bad idea. Either way, don't forget to smash our creator code BBTFRG in the creator boost box. Really appreciate that stuff. But other than that, I think that's about it. I'm Icebreaker, and I will see you for the next one. Happy shipping, guys. Good luck.